Hello. Who am I? This is Bold Beautiful Mini Spotlight. I just went blank for a second because it's hot as F here in Los Angeles, and she's having hurricane warnings. We're hanging in there. I'm James Lott Jr., one of your hosts for this recap of the Bold and Beautiful, the week that was in Los Angeles, Forrester Creations, Stephanie's house, and Spencer, whatever, Industries. James Lott Jr. I'm with people who do this with me every week. You guys have been having a lot of fun with them. Next to me this time, she has the Bold and Beautiful podcast. Miss Amanda Russ. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, guys.
And this time, below us, usually to be first. This time she's down below us. She has Daytime Today with Candace Mack, which is out now. She also has Voices of Daytime with Christos Andrews from the Bay, multi-award Emmy award winner. And that's out here on JLJ Media, Miss Tami Goveia. Hello, Miss Tami.
Hello, everyone.
So this is Soap Sunday, folks. This is Soap Sunday. So what we're going on is, right now it's out already. Why Not Mini Spotlight is out already. We talk about Courtney Hope. We talk about other stars from the Bold and Beautiful and Young Wrestlers who have swapped roles on both shows, how they share them. So check that out on JLJ Media. Go wherever you find your podcasts are there. And later today will also be the Forever and a Day after show. We had Christina Sullivan on, who plays Stephanie Markham. It's about all those infamous sex scenes and everything. It's about that. Also the fun conversation with me and Tony Moore Jr. And that's out here on JLJ Media. And later today, GH Mini Spotlight, Lucretia Lyon, Carla Renata, Frank Moran, and myself bring the shade and talk about the Nurses Telethon. Not Nurses Ball, but Nurses Telethon. It's about all that, the performances we liked, the ones we didn't like, throat slashings, everything. That's later on tonight, live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on JLJ Media. I'm trying a new service. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that goes. Very excited. And of course, our friends at Edition Days. Go to Edition Days and watch the show. They have Lindsay Arnold, who plays the wonderful Allie Horton. That's on at live 3 p.m. today on their channel, Edition Days. That's with 2 capital D. That's a D, right? That's a C or D. I don't know. So they're on there too. And we're here, of course. And thank you, folks, for the Bold for Rewind, where we took one of Amanda's sayings and talked about that a little bit on that show. Thanks for all the likes and listens and comments about what Amanda said about Brooke falling into Bill's lips. That episode is on audio only on all places where you can find podcasts. So just listen to that. It's kind of funny. We're all on there. And it's everything. So cheers, everybody. We have Forrester Creation mugs. Thank you, Miss Amanda. Cheers, everybody. I'm always backwards. I'm left-handed. But ladies, it was really literally, it was like an easy week to watch. It was a lot of repetitive conversation and flashback. It was literally just, 2 major storylines, Steffi and that going on there, and then the rest. So what do you think about the week overall? Amanda?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good week. We're going to have to, because I have a feeling we're going to go through a couple weeks, if not longer, of Quinn and Shauna discussing their secrets. Over and over and over.
I was like, oh my God, I think I saw it already. Tami Goveia, what overall, what do you think?
I don't understand why, why people are having the same conversations. Like, thank God Bill was on this week.
Now we're back on. So thank God Bill was on, yes.
Thank God he was on, because these repetitive conversations between Quinn and Shauna, and even between Brooke and Ridge, was starting to get repetitive. And so when Bill came on the landscape, I was thinking, yes.
Bill and Justin.
Yes.
Yes. We're gonna start with that. Well, let's start with the other storyline first. It's shorter. And I don't know. I feel like they're really putting this together. Like, they're really trying to really put this together. She's gonna become addicted to pills, obviously. Like, we're slowly, I guess, seeing it happen. She doesn't want to take the pills. She wants to strengthen out herself. But Tom's just like, you should get the pill. I mean, how do you guys feel about this whole thing unfolding? Either one can go first.
Well, I think Amanda may have called it. I think Thomas may end up being, because the doctor was so reluctant, Finnegan Dr. Finnegan,
Finnegan
was so reluctant to do a refill for her that he's not going to do it again. I don't see him doing it again. So Mr. Thomas may be drug pusher brother for his sister.
Man, I guess you're right. Maybe I kind of agree with Tami. I think we're leading that direction, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think Vinny. They keep mentioning Vinny and his crush on her. So I think that's going to come into play maybe because he's the drug dealer, right?
Exactly. I think also he's doing it out of, I want to get her good graces again. I want to ingratiate myself as her brother. So he's not doing it from a place of like, get her hooked on drugs, but more like a place of, I want to help her. And
oh yeah, he always has good intentions.
I was waiting for Tami to say that. I was waiting for Tami to say something as I said that.
And we know that quote about good intentions, right?
Yes, the road to hell. I got it. You know, but I just personally think that that's what he's claiming. He's thinking, I'm just going to help her out and she'll love me as her brother. And it's still self-serving on some level. But, you know, he loves his sister on some level too, I think. But I think we're going that direction because you're right. The doctor is like, I want you to do the over-the-counter medication. We don't want you to do the. And Stephanie doesn't want to take him. She doesn't want to take him. I know she doesn't want to take him, but she.
You know that once.
Do it. Yeah, tell us.
What were you gonna say?
I'm just saying that Jacqueline McInnes Wood just plays in pain so well. She looks, you know.
She does.
When she started crying, because I don't know about you guys, but I've been in a kind of pain where I'm crying because it's so painful. And I've kind of been waiting for her to get to that point. And so when she started crying, was she having the conversation with Thomas?
Yeah.
Or Liam?
Yes. No, it was Thomas.
It was Thomas. Where she was crying. I was like, okay, there it is. That's it. Yeah.
No, she's playing it. I mean, she's just playing it so. I mean, I feel like she's in pain for real. Like, I'm like, I mean, seriously, it's painful to watch her in pain.
Yeah.
But I'm bummed. But I mean, but seriously, I'm like watching her going, wow, this chick is really acting her buns off. Because I'm like, I feel the way she's doubled up. Because we've all been there, right? We've all been there where you've had to deal with someone you're in extreme pain, whether your back goes out or something. You want something to alleviate it. You do. You want the nearest thing. So Amanda, are you feeling for Steffi?
Yeah, I feel sorry for her. And I think we're on the right track because when she talked to Liam, he also had to say, oh, you're taking more medicine? He gave you another prescription? Yes, mind your business, okay?
And that's another reaction you have when you're in pain. You're snappy. Do you know what I mean? It's like you have no threshold, like right. No edit button because you're in so much pain. So yeah.
How'd you guys feel about when Thomas brought up, I don't think you're over Liam? That came out of somewhere. That came out of somewhere. I was like, oh, as she's standing in front of the picture behind her, of course. But that was like, he kind of brought that up. Like, I don't think you're masking the pain of losing him and blah, blah, blah. So I guess feel about
that.
No.
Why? I don't want to go down this road again. I do not want to go down this road again. Why?
There's nothing for me to say. Amanda said it all.
There you go, kids.
It's like, done. Next.
I don't want to go that direction either. I hope they don't go that direction. Amanda?
Tami is not going to like this.
Uh-oh.
But I thought of another way that Thomas could be redeemed.
Don't tell me I like that. I love it. Tell it, girl. Tell Tami. I love it. Oh, go on, Amanda. Tell Tami how he redeemed.
He told Steffi, right? Thomas told Steffi, oh, do you think, when they were talking about Ridge, he was like, do you think Shauna is trying to pull one over on our dad? If Thomas is the one who reveals to Brooke and Ridge what's going on, what they did, then Brooke will be so thankful and everyone will be like, oh, Thomas.
How do you feel about that, Tami Goveia?
A little bit. That would be a really good thing. I love that story. I like that. I love that storyline. Amanda should be a friggin' writer on the show.
I know.
She comes up with these amazing, what ifs. That would be cool. That would be cool. Would it redeem him? Like 100%? No. But that would be a good move. That would be a good move.
You got Tami admit on camera. It could be a start. That's all she's giving you, Amanda. You get that.
No, at least I got that.
You got that. Okay. We got that. We take what we can get. So that was basically that story. Just we see that she's getting addicted, basically. And I'm sure I don't really care for the storyline. I wish it was something else, but she'll do good. She's doing good now. I mean, she's doing really well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the rest of the week, rest of the show, the rest of the story was all about that famous wedding, the duo behind it, the duo fighting to get back together. I'm sorry, Brooke got on my nerves this week. Now I want to give a shout out to Catherine Kelly Lang because she liked our post the other day. Remember, she liked our post. She sent her love. And we love Catherine. We love KKL. We love her. All this stuff. But this week, Brooke got on my nerves. I'll tell you why. I wrote this down. I did. I was like, First of all, first, Brooke made me smile and got on my nerves. But Brooke was getting on my nerves. When Rich said we can start over and get an annulment, I was like, hello, Brooke, you can get an annulment. Hello, it's not the end of the world. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote on here. I was screaming at the TV. When he was like, I want you. And I was like, come on, Brooke. So finally on Thursday's episode, she finally gave in. But for the first part of the week, I was screaming at Brooke, going, girlfriend, he wants you. Yeah, that happened. You guys have been married 20 times apart, whatever. Who cares? America's getting old. Like, she just got me. Like, who cares?
Because.
Okay, here you go. Go on, Tami.
I think she was having a conversation with Eric about this in the office. And she said to Eric, what?
Sorry.
What?
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Silence it.
It's real life, kids. Real life.
Those are the hurricane warnings. It's okay. You're allowed to have those warnings.
That's actually very true. That's very true. Go ahead, Tami, as you're saying. You're talking to Eric.
When Brooke said to Eric, what Ridge did must have something else to do besides the kiss with Bill. There's got to be more to this. Because marrying somebody else, and she brought that up later, like, you didn't even give me a heads up. You just thought, like, if we have all this history, you couldn't even give me a heads up. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm contacting Carter, and you didn't have to tell me you were getting married, but you could, I'm filing the papers, and this is just what I need to do. He didn't even give her that. So I get it. Sorry, but I loved it. I loved it. This redeemed Ridge for like a millisecond, where he said to her over and over and over again, I'm going to fight for you. I'm not giving up on us. I'm going to fight for you. I was like, okay, I'm good with that. I want to see him fight.
Tami, I'm so opposite of you right now. I'm like, no, Brooke kissed Bill and give him a heads up. She said it in an argument. You were not supposed to find out. And he's like, so that's your answer? You're not supposed to find out? I'm like, girlfriend, that was the right answer to talk to him. I'm like, you want to find out that way? Well, you kissed him. We know how Amanda feels about that already from last episode. I'm just like, he did say, the one thing he did say that I thought was very honest. He said, this is what I do. I get angry. I run off with somebody else. There are patterns they both have.
I did appreciate that.
I didn't know I did.
Who does this? Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's
yeah.
like they both have, Amanda, what do you think? I'm sorry, what do you think?
Well, I can see where she's coming from because her feelings are hurt. Like, she doesn't know that he didn't do that, right? So she's like, even though you're drunk, you still did it and didn't even bother to give me a call or a text or anything. So I get that her feelings are really hurt. And I think James is being too hard on Brooke.
Totally.
That's fine.
Because no offense, James, but you're not a woman.
No, I'm not a woman. I bow to that. But I still think as a person, as a human. She kissed Bill. She kissed Bill.
Yeah, but she didn't marry him.
She was sober. She was completely sober, and she kissed her ex-husband.
She was emotionally drunk. She was emotional.
Oh, here we go, Tami. Another best line.
Ding ding.
Right, Tami?
That's what happens when you start to fall into the vortex of Dollar Bill's lips. All of a sudden, it's like you're drunk.
I know. She can't help it.
No, I will agree with the whole, that part of it.
I have to agree because, even at the end of the week when she forgave him, she's like, I still can't get over the fact that you filed like drunk or not.
Well, no, see.
You did that?
This is what I wrote down also. This is the part that did make me smile. I know all this is all stuff I write. That's all I type out. Brooke is always on the case. So she knows something is up. And she's going to find out. That's what I wrote. So I think she knows something's up. She knows something's up. There's something shady going on. Brooke knows shade, and she knows something's going on. So I think and Brooke is always on the case. Homegirl is like, Brooke knows, she knows shade. She's known Taylor all those years. She knows what's going on. And Stephanie, it's literally, she always knows. Brooke is never wrong a lot of times. I love Brooke. I love Brooke. I just got my nerves this week, but I like her. And normally, homegirls know something's up on things, and she's usually right. The Thomas thing, she was correct. She wasn't wrong. She was not wrong. She was proven, unfortunately, correct and everything. But she knows something. She knows these two bitches did something, and she's gonna find out. Brooke's like, no, we're gonna find. When she forgave him, she's thinking, yeah, okay, I got you back, but we're gonna figure out what these bitches did over here to get you over there. I think it's gonna happen.
And Quinn needs to shut her trap.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Tami.
Eric, what are you doing here? I'm like, you guys are talking out in the open in the Forrester living room, just like, oh, we got to keep it a secret and they'll never know what happened. I'm like, oh my God, folks.
He lives there.
Cocky much.
Like, Eric, what are you doing here? He lives there.
Hello. I was like, hello. Okay. My house. Oh, that's why I'm here.
Don't talk about your secrets in the middle of the living room.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I thought.
I live here.
That's what I thought, man. I was like, not a surprise. Like, he's here. He's there.
But too, when Quinn was at the office, walks into the office to rub Brooke's nose and everything, she's like, yabba, 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 yabba. Now Ridge is finally with a woman who's not going to hurt him. Now Ridge is finally, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, you need to shut up because something is going to get spilled. Shut up.
Eric said to her, and I was like, thank you, Eric, for saying this. He didn't say many lines, but he said a few things. He said, they always find their way back to each other. He goes, I know. And I was like, he knows personally. He knows personally. He loved Brooke too. They have children together. And he still went back to Ridge. So he knows what he's talking about. So I'm like, Quinn, don't count all your chickens before they're hatched. They always get back together. Slow. I was yelling at her too. I love Quinn also. I was yelling at her too. I was like, girl, you're getting a little too cocky because literally they always find their way back together. But I did gleefully cheer when Justin first was needling Dollar Bill about things. And then when she walked in just like prancing her happy ass, they're like, oh my God, guess what? It was actually kind of a funny moment between her and Justin playing the whole thing. That was kind of cute.
Can I just say that there were two lines that Ridge said that were LOL moments for me.
Okay.
The first one is when he says to Brooke, well, he didn't say girl, but he's like, look, we survived Stephanie.
Yes, that was hilarious. Yes.
If we can survive Stephanie and the years and years of her trying to destroy us, we got this. You just need to forgive me. And I think Brooke, didn't she call it Goveia?
She did.
Yeah.
She did. I mean, that was a good line. That was a good line. I agree.
It was.
And then Ridge, and then what did he say? they were going back and forth. Well, you did this to me, and then you did this to me. And Ridge is like, well, you married Bill, and he's a troll. So
I didn't say that. He did say that. I know it's not he's a troll. He did say that.
Yeah,
like,
he did.
Ridge and him, I love when they talk crap about each other. I'm the dressmaker. I love all that stuff. It's like on Young and the Restless, where Victor and Jack always fight, and it turns out that some of those real nicknames were thought up by the actors. I found out.
Awesome.
So actually by the actors, they brought them up. So yeah, I think it's Bill being kind of like, I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't believe it's. I mean, it's a very natural reaction. I mean, they showed that montage though. So what's that about? I love how you both are like. So apparently Tami and Amanda are on the same page saying I'm not. So let's see what do you guys think about that? Why did they show a montage? They showed a whole montage, and Rich brought up the fact that he threw him out the helicopter. I mean, all the years ago. So what about that? Excuse me.
Because I don't know if they're going that way or if they just want us to get nervous. Like, oh no, not this again. I don't like them together. I don't like, it's just not good to me. Like, they might have chemistry, but I don't like what it does to Katie. Like, I can't be okay with you going after your sister's husband or your sister's sister. Wait, I can't.
Your sister's ex-husband, husband.
What am I trying to say? No. James, it's not good to go after your brother-in-law or your sister-in-law. There you go.
Well, clearly, yeah. We should do that, and Tami?
So I had two thoughts. When Quinn came into the office, I swear, my immediate thought was, oh God, here come the vultures. Because I knew Quinn was there to get up in Bill's face, like, you need to go to Brooke. And now the vultures are going to start circling. Because Ridge thinks it's going to be easy breezy. All I have to do is take these annulment papers over to Shauna and she's going to sign them. No.
Yeah.
No. And Amanda, I kind of got Thomas obsessive vibes from Shauna this week.
Thank you.
For just like a couple of milliseconds. She was just like, I am gonna, yes. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is not gonna be good. So she's not gonna sign those papers, which gives Bill time to start circling. I've always loved Brooke and Bill together. But like you, Amanda, I hate the fact that Katie is going to be hurt by it.
See, I think they messed up. Katie should have stayed with Thorne or Wyatt. That would have been fine.
Yeah.
Bill and Brooke be okay, or Bill, Brooke, and Rich could all fight out together, whatever, and that would have been fine. But they put Katie back together with Bill.
Yeah.
So I will go with Amanda's thought process of like, well, you brought them back together for a reason. Now you're bringing them up again because it's like you can't bring them up to me. I mean, too much is too much, right? So I kind of agree with Amanda on that one. Like I would say it's kind of a little tough, but I do like Brill. I'm a Brill fan, so I did like them together. I thought it was a different dynamic. I just thought it was a different dynamic. But I think Brooke and Ridge are endgame, so I always recognize that. I'm like with Eric. They always work together. That's just how it works. Yeah, they go to other people and they do other things, but they always get back together. When Eric said that, I was like, yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the premise of the show. From the very beginning, from day one, when he saw her as she was a caterer, he was with Caroline at the time. It's always been those two. It's always been those two. He was with Taylor, didn't matter. Brooke is still there. He was with it doesn't matter. He was with Morgan, didn't matter. Taylor, it didn't matter. She was with Jack and this and that. All these people, doesn't matter. It's like they are endgame, I believe. That's just kind of how it is. So, folks getting hurt in the process. Right?
Rich said that. Rich said, since the first time I saw you, I knew. Like, that's it. And I was like, yeah. So what is the problem here? Right? But I wanted to see if you guys were going to take up for Shauna. because that's crazy pants. I'm sorry. He's standing there like he obviously doesn't remember. He's not happy about it. And she's like, I'm going to be the best wife ever. And just like, we're going to live so happy together. She's telling Quinn all this. Like, oh, it's going to be so great. And then Quinn's talking her into it more. And I'm like, these two are crazy pants.
The only thing I say about Shauna, it's my girl.
Here we go.
And I say, no, I'm just to say that because they did this turn, I'm sad they did this turn. Because they're trying to show Shauna a little bit like she so she didn't want to do it. But she still did it. So I can't feel completely sorry for her because she still did it. And she said this week, I knew he wasn't fully in his full capacity. Like she said she knew it. I mean, she knew it. So now that she admitted it and she has some remorse kind of, she's supposed to be married to him. So it's like, I can't really feel, you're right, I can't really feel fully sorry for her. But I do get, like Tami said last week, this was her dream. I mean, she's got so close to her dream. You don't just let it go. I mean, you got it. How you got it. I mean, you just got it. But I do feel bad that this turn happened because now Shauna isn't innocent. So it's not going to work. I mean, obviously going to blow up everybody's face, obviously. And everybody's focusing on Quinn. And yes, she's a bad person. We know that already. She knows she's damaged, all that stuff. But I thought Shauna was a little better than that, but they wrote her not that way. So she's almost like Flo, where I'm like, I don't care for Flo. She's not good about whatever. It's like they kind of put them as these schemers from Vegas now at this point, and just they get caught up in these weird things. People talking, they're just like they walk into whatever situations. Like, well, unless Shauna she can redeem herself, and she says, "Ridge, I'm gonna come clean," and she goes to Ridge herself, and it says something. It's not going to happen. But I'm just saying that if she did that, then it could redeem herself a little bit.
But she's like. She's going along with it. So she's not like she's saying I feel bad, but she's still going along with it. And then at the end of the week, when Quinn's like, you know what? Ridge is over there. Well, Eric says Ridge is over there begging Brooke for forgiveness, right? So then when they talk again, Quinn and Shauna, Quinn is like, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to do my part. And I'm going to pull someone in who can really help. And I'm thinking, don't you see, like, this is going from bad to worse. And you're like, oh, okay, no. I don't like that they changed well, I guess we don't know her that well. But you're right. I don't like her. And they did that. Okay, B&B, you did that.
They did. I mean, that's why I love these Richards. Still trying to show, girl. But no, I think the turn that they're playing up that Quinn is the bad one, of course. We already know that already. But the fact that they're actually having Shauna like, well, I shouldn't have done that, and maybe I shouldn't have, but you still did it. And that's your bestie, and you still followed along. So I'm not going to defend her fully. I'm just saying that there's some remorse in there. They're playing that also. So I'm going by what they're writing. They're playing that there's some remorse in there. So if she would just come clean and say, I can't do this anymore, I got to let it out, then that might be a good thing for her, actually.
But you know what? Not that I'm a compulsive liar or a pro at lying. However,
Tami,
when you make the initial lie, if you don't come clean within a certain window of time, it becomes easier and easier to start rationalizing that lie. So I think that window for her is gone of fessing up, because when she, with conviction, said, I honestly believe that I'm the wife that will make Ridge happy. I'm the wife that will always be there for him, that will never disappoint him. That's when I started to get the Thomas obsessive vibe from her. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's obsessed.
Oh my God.
Like I said, I just don't know anymore. No, I don't know. I'm just like, it's just the turn that she's in on it made me sad. That was the turn. I kept saying, it comes to that point, she hadn't really done anything. She was just being to make herself available. That's why not? I mean, You know.
When she invites Flo over, and Flo's like, where is everybody? Oh, Quinn's upstairs. So she's gave you the run of the house. Like,
I know.
Mom, what's going on?
You know. But it's Mary. I mean, I almost, because I love soaps, and I almost wish that they were married a little longer, like they stay married a little longer, and some shenanigans would happen, and then to get Brooke on the case and kind of like, I mean, I wonder if it's gonna go by fast or not, because I mean, Going to Beautiful is so unpredictable. Sometimes storylines go really fast. Sometimes they do a whole month on baby. I mean, you never know what they're gonna do. And right now with COVID and stuff, how they're filming, I have no idea. I almost wish that we got to see Shauna married as a forcer a little bit, and Quinn just running her mouth, and Brooke trying to get, you know, and it just, I mean, I'd watch that. I mean, if there's something there and Brooke on the case trying to figure it out, and her and Ridge on the side trying to, you know, I mean, I could see that. But I don't know where they're going with, I don't really know where they're going with this. I can't really tell. Usually I can tell sometimes, but I really can't tell where they're going to go immediately with the storyline. I know. Showing the Bill and Brooke montage threw me off. I mean, maybe that was just to show how he cares about her, maybe. But so now, is he going to team up with Quinn and try? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if he's going to join in now to keep them apart. That could happen. Like you said, the Vulture. That could happen too. I mean, I don't know if that's like, or Miranda said, maybe just throw us off. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, where did that montage come from? Okay. I wish, I'm so sad because it's a different actor playing. I wish they could show the first episode where Brooke and Ridge meet, but it was Ron Moss.
I thought the same thing when they were talking about the history between the two of them. It's like, I wish they could show those moments.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Right. So
there was one moment where, you know, of course, Ridge leans in to kiss the blow-up doll. You could tell. But then when the two of them kissed, and obviously Catherine is kissing Dom. Yeah. So Ridge has, Ridge has like a little 5 o'clock shadow, right? And so does Dom, except Thorsten is gray.
Oh yeah, right.
And Dom's is like solid brown, like dark brown. It's like they should have grayed out his scruff a little bit.
I know. We could tell it wasn't Thorsten. You could just tell it wasn't.
Thorsten, yeah.
You could tell it wasn't. So I had to laugh a little bit. I was like, okay. So there. I mean, but for some reason, it's a shame they couldn't find. I mean, because on his end it's the blow up doll. So that's why I see that piece of hair. It's like straw-like. I'm like, that's not Catherine Kelly Lang. Like they only did it briefly on his end. They did more on her end, which was smarter because it was a real person. But hopefully we can get them back on the show or something. Because I want to ask her, like, what's that like to have your man step in for the love scene, for the kissing and stuff? You know, because Catherine, I mean, I'll give it to her. She's acting her ass off. I mean, the cry. I mean, she's just like, I mean,
yeah.
So I wonder what it's like for her man to like be right there and she's acting opposite him. I mean, it must be a trip. It must be kind of fun, kind of cool to do that. I mean, you know, people have their spouses they're not in the limelight. They're off somewhere else. I mean, they haven't come on, we really trip. But when they flashed at him hugging her, just really briefly, it was like, yeah, the doll. It's a doll. It's like not the same. But it didn't seem as awkward. This time. It's like, okay. So they reunited. But just seeing everybody stand apart from each other just makes me laugh also. I mean, it's like the other soaps, it looks more natural for some reason. This one doesn't look as natural. But it doesn't bother me. But just saying, you can just tell that they're really social distancing.
I saw a tweet that Catherine put out, and she said something like, "Do you see the love in my eyes?"
Yes.
When I'm looking at Dom, you know, and I thought, that's so sweet.
It was cute. I mean, she's so nice. It was cute. So I thought they're making it work. I mean, the show overall, I'm giving them lots of props. Oh, little thing I also got. I know little stuff. Steffi's house looked like the home of a mother of a young child who's also dealing with pain. Because she had toys everywhere. It was like there was just almost cussed. There was just stuff strewn everywhere. I thought that's what a house looks like naturally when you have young children and you're by yourself. And you do, I mean, it's just, just natural. I thought great attention to detail. I just want to make sure I mention that.
That's a good point.
I thought it was really cool. Again, I mean, I'm not a fan of the storyline. I'm a fan of her portrayal. She's so convincing. I mean, I've said it like 20 times in the show, but I'm just like, I'm just completely blown away at her acting.
Yeah. In
pain. Because it really is painful for me to watch those scenes.
Yeah, I've had to take Advil when I watch the scenes.
That's pretty funny, Tami. I like that.
You have to get her some Aleve.
Aleve, use some Tylenol, some Vicodin, I need something. I'm like,
I need Steffi's pills.
Some Norco, I don't know, I need something. Like,
and it's so sad when she's got that empty bottle and she's just like keeps shaking it.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there, honey. There's nothing in there.
So yeah, so those are basically the storylines we had. You know. Oh, I also laughed. Also, before we go, I also laughed. I'm like, so doctors making house calls.
Yeah, it's the second time.
He's coming on over and like talking to her, and he met Thomas. I thought that's interesting. He met Thomas, a little brief little thing, whatever. I was like, I wish I had a doctor that could make a house call to my house on the way home.
But I did appreciate Finn said, you know, this is borderline inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean?
So, what do you mean?
You're my doctor. What do you mean? If I wasn't in pain, I'd offer you a glass of wine.
Okay, like, hello, I'm seeing what she went to. I'm like, no, girlfriend, you're not supposed to be with your doctor at the house. I'm like, hello. So, yes, it's kind of funny. But I know that the show's good. I mean, the show's good. I'm entertained. And like I said, it's easy to watch. I'm entertained. Again, this week, who knows? Like, we don't even know what's going to happen. So, I mean, I don't even know where they're going with this. And it's time for a good soap. Soap. We don't know what's going to happen next.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you guys think that Steffi's going to get addicted to the drugs, right? Some kind of drugs. And then Liam and Hope are like going to flip on her and try to take Kelly?
That could happen. You're the writer of the show, apparently, Amanda. So I don't want to put that in existence, but I'm like, that could totally happen.
I can't see Liam doing that to her.
Yeah.
I mean, unless something happens to Kelly, well, then you have to. I mean, yeah, for the safety of the child, but.
He was all in her grill about, like, all in her business about, oh, that's your second bottle? Oh, you used another refill? He gave you more medicine? Yes, he did. Okay? Like, I was just, like, what? It's not your business. But I think that might be where it's going.
But they are gathering children, so. I'll take your child, and I'll take your child, and I'll take your child, and I'll take your child.
Hope in Liam's daycare center.
Exactly. They're just gathering children, so like, why not? Kelly's in the mix too.
They need a bigger place, though.
They do need a bigger place.
Like, come on, they can afford it.
But I mean, I as Amanda usually seems like you're the predictor, apparently. Okay. I would not be surprised if they went that direction down the line.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't think about that.
It was like Terry says, something drastic has to happen where then Liam's reluctant has to do it.
Like he's gonna like show up and she's passed out on the couch and Kelly's crying or something, and that's gonna get him all upset. And then Hope's gonna get in his ear because everybody knows how Hope is. Somebody took her baby, so now it's you know, like she could just do it, right? She could just take other people's kids now. It happened to her. Why not?
Like, why not? Shoot. Well, on that note, we will end on that note. So you guys tell us what you think, of course, as you always do. Thank you to all the Bold and Beautiful Facebook groups that let me share these videos. Thank you so much. You guys comment. You guys tell me what you think. I'm so happy. There's like 10 of you guys, 10 groups out there that I follow that I get to do this. So thank you so much. Also, follow our page. Bold_Universe on, I almost said YouTube, on IG, and Bold Beautiful Universe on the Twitter. We're on both of those. So go ahead and follow those, and we got all kinds of fun things going. And the stars do follow us from the show. We get little comments here and there from some of them, and likes. So you never know. They may say something on there. And this show, of course, is on YouTube at JLJ Media. There's a whole separate thing that says Bone Beautiful Mini Spotlight. You can follow them. But this will be on the front page, of course. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. I love the engagement. Tell us whether you agree or disagree. Tell us. You think Amanda's right? You think Tami's right? You think I'm wrong? Tell us. I love it. I want to hear it. Love the engagement. I want to hear it. And share with anybody you think needs to see this. And I know I haven't reached every single Bone Beautiful fan in the world. So anybody out there, I want to give a special shout out to Bone Beautiful Italia, who always shares my stuff. Again, shout out to them, of course. And the Bold Insider and Eva and Casey and all them that work at Bold and Beautiful are so wonderful. Working on some things behind the scenes that may come to fruition soon. So I'll let you guys know, of course, what's going on. And Amanda Russ, tell them where they can follow you and your podcast that you do also every week.
You can follow me on all my socials at The Bold and Beautiful Podcast. On all of them.
All of them, bitches. Follow her. Follow him. And Tami Goveia, tell me they can follow you and your stuff.
Yeah, so Instagram, Tami Goveia, Twitter, Tami Goveia, Facebook, Tami Goveia Official. I wish it was just all one handle, but you know, not possible. And then also make sure and follow Daytime Today on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Daytime Today, and Voices of Daytime. And you can go on YouTube and check out the first interview with Christos Andrews. Check it out.
And more coming on that too. We have more.
Yes.
So a lot happening in soapy goodness here at JLJ Media. And you can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. is sold at James Lott Jr. on all the social media platforms, all of them. And that is Lott with 2 T's, not one. So when I say I couldn't find you, I'm like, it's 2 T's. I'm not a parking lot. I'm a lot. I'm not an empty lot. I'm not a parking lot. I'm a lot with 2 T's. And I want to give a special shout out to my stepdad, who is 84 years old today, Mr. Moses. Made it. We went and saw him yesterday because he made it. 84 years old. He's working it out still. He's trying. We brought him balloons. We brought him steak and shrimp. And so he's happy at home eating right now with my mom. So they're doing that. So shout out to him. Awesome. And my brother JR, who turned 48 this weekend also. So I want to give a shout out to him. He always gives me ideas and stuff for shows. And so I live with them here at the house. So shout out to him too. I remember when he was born. And everyone, please, if you're in the hurricane sections, please, I wish you care and that everything's okay for you there. I have friends who are in Northern California who had to evacuate. So my heart's with them right now. And so I've been in a fire before. It's not fun. So please, and the heat everywhere, stay hydrated. You can. You gotta be out of the sun, and don't turn on electricity during the day, and have compassion for each other. We'll see you next time.